All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Kings of Lethal. It's been a while since I've been able to record, but we do have some stuff coming up here pretty soon for Streets of New Capenna. It's the next set in line here. I'm super excited for it. This video is going to be the expectations and hopes for the set itself coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's already been announced. And with spoiler season coming up soon, I wanted to go ahead and get this video out before then to see if maybe some of my expectations or hopes for the set are true. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the Streets of New Capenna. All right. Bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and read some of the stuff for you guys for some of the people that don't know. If you already know, just bear with me here. So we're going to go ahead and start with the 5 families of New Capenna. If you guys aren't aware, there's 5 families of the Streets of New Capenna. And they are all 3 colors, so triomes, if you will, for each of the houses. Last time we saw triomes was in Ikoria, which I believe was 2019. Man, it seems forever ago now. But yeah, I mean, Ikoria was actually the set that brought me back into Magic. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, and they collaborated with, as you guys know, Toho for Godzilla cards, which kind of got my my Magic juices flowing again, which has brought me back in. But that's in the past. So these new 5 families, this set is I'm looking forward to, only for the fact that for those of you guys that don't know, I am Italian, and it's got this like mobster-esque style theme to it, which I'm super excited about. Almost like a Roaring 20s, kind of like, kind of like a Roaring 20s feel to it. So it's really like Great Gatsby style, noir type stuff. So with that being said, the 5 families of New Capenna, we got Obscura, Maestros, Riveteers, Cabaretti, and the Brokers. So the Obscura house is white, blue, black, and these guys are gifted magicians and mythics. Obscura use their powers to deceive and blackmail with distractions, illusions, and hidden mechanisms. So just basically reading off that description, that kind of said, like, and my favorite color pie, if you will, is white, blue, black. So this is probably going to be the house that I'm most excited about. But again, gifted magicians, mystics, Obscura use their power to deceive and blackmail with distractions, illusions, and hidden mechanisms. So I'm assuming that this house is gonna have a lot of counters, obviously heavy counters, heavy what's it called, copying abilities, possibly even some mechanics like tap down. Maybe some stuff that makes hey, your opponents have to sacrifice something if they don't want you to do X, Y, and Z. Maybe you can kind of like paying the toll for what that is. I would love to see some really awesome stuff in that set. Each house is also going to have its own Commander Precon, which we'll talk about here towards the end, because I'm really excited for all those as well. But I mean, just basically read that description. Use their powers to deceive and blackmail with distractions, illusions, and hidden mechanisms. Sounds like it's going to be super salty as a house. I'm looking forward to it. That sounds like the house I'm going to be aligning myself with here. Moving on, we got the Maestros, which is blue, black, red. Another fun color pie. They're elite assassins and old money vampires who love the finer things in life and are willing to kill to get them. Vampires, it sounds like it might be some kind of like life for life style type house, or blood for blood, if you will. With the color pie, I know in the past that color pie has been pretty heavy on wheels. That's one of the things that they do. Wheels, pirates are in that color themes. A lot of sacrificing to gain yourself an advantage, whether it be treasures or creatures, or just power, board wise. They love they're elite assassins. They love things in life and are willing to kill to get them. I'm willing to bet that there's probably even some sacrifice, or maybe even some like bloodlust. Whereas I think it was like when you kill, or when you deal like X damage, it gets like an ability or something like that. Bear with me here. The next one we're going to talk about is going to be the Riveteers, black, red, green, also known as Destruction Workers. Riveteers are a rowdy brute force crime faction of tough as nails artisans that can break buildings as easily as kneecaps. That just sounds a lot like sacrificing or destruction on themselves to do damage to others. Sounds like typical red green with the breaking buildings and easily kneecaps. With the breaking buildings, I probably got a lot of artifact stuff going on in there in that house. So it's gonna be fun to see how that works out as well. Then you got the Cabaretti, which are red, green, white. The Cabaretti are party monsters and druids who use ancient magic to sway the opinions of the masses. So again, party monsters and druids who use ancient magic to sway the opinions of the masses. That sounds a lot of like board manipulations. Red, green, white. Can't really think of too many decks off the top of my head that I've played in the past or seen in the past that are red, green, white. I'd be willing to bet, only based off of from what I've read of what Magic is trying to do. Trying to make goad more of a keyword that's seen more highly of. So I'm willing to bet, use ancient magic to sway the opinions of masses. That might be goading a lot of stuff. Let's see if I'm right on that one. Sorry for the camera shake there, guys. The next and last house here is brokers. Green, white, blue. Demonic lawyers who secretly believe a doomsday prophecy of New Capenna's impending failure. The thing that kind of shocks me or is like surprising to me here is that it says demonic lawyers in green, white, and blue. So green, white, blue demons? Usually those are black, red, or black and red. I don't think we've seen green, white, or blue demons ever. So that sounds really interesting to see. And then they believe in a doomsday prophecy of New Capenna's impending failure. So that sounds really cool to me right there, just reading all that kind of stuff from the houses. I'm really interested to see what those demons look like, but I'm willing to bet that I'll be sticking with my house, which is House Obscura. Again, white, blue, black. It's just my favorite colors. I could be surprised though. Hopefully I am, because I do look forward. I love playing with other stuff and seeing how that all works. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the releases coming up too. So Streets of New Capenna story is going to be dropped on March 28th through April 5th. So if you're a story lore guy, I'm not really much of a lore guy myself, but I do love the occasional read. So that is going to be available March 28th through April 5th. Then we get a New Capenna story video on March 31st. So at the end of March, we get a video. And then previews begin April 7th. So we'll be getting those spoilers happening here on April 7th. And the goes April 7th through the 15th. We should have, and that says we'll have all of the new cards and arts and stuff like that for the set. Commander previews then follow suit on the 18th and 19th of April, and with a complete gallery available on the 20th. And then it is available for in-store pre-release on April 22nd, so coming up here real soon. Again, I'm looking forward to it. This set is really piquing my interest a lot. I'm just a fan of everything I've seen so far. We do have 5 new Commander decks, which I'm excited for. I'm a Commander player, as you guys know. If you guys haven't seen me, also go ahead and I'm going to give a quick shout out here to my buddies over at Pay the One MTG. Go ahead and check them out over on YouTube and even on the other social media outlets. Check them out on YouTube, though, Pay the One MTG. They have Last One Standing videos, which is gameplay. I've been in a couple of them. I believe the one is currently out right now. I'm using my new Jin-Katakis deck, Progress Tyrant. It doesn't really pop off the way I was hoping for, but it is a lot of fun to play with those guys. I love playing with them over at Pay the One MTG. Go take a look. But again, moving forward, got the 5 new Commander decks. Again, each of them is based on house. I'm most likely going to be playing with the white, blue, black, but hopefully I'm surprised, and hopefully one of the other ones kind of piques my interest. The reason why I'm looking forward to buying all 5 of them, though, is if you guys remember with Ikoria, though each of those they came with a precon. So there was 5 precons with Ikoria. I believe it was 5, maybe 4, but there was 5 or 4 precons that came with Ikoria, and in each of those they had those like specific cards, like Fierce Guardianship, which is now like a $40-something card, Deflecting SWAT, which is up in like the $30-$40 range. believe one was Obscuring Haze, which was a green one. And you had Deadly Rollick, which is a really awesome spot removal card for black. But they had these really awesome cards that came with it, so I'm hoping that we get some of those and some pretty decent reprints as well. Looking at the one that has the breaking of what's it called? I believe it's the Riveteers. The breaking of buildings usually has kneecaps, is black, red, green. Again, that sounds like a lot of sacrificing stuff and sacrificing mechanics to me. Will we get a reprint of Dockside Extortionist? I don't think we'll see it in that. Maybe in the set itself as a mythic, but if it's not in the set or in this precon, I'm willing to bet we might see it somewhere later on down the road. Maybe the next Commander set that comes out with D&D. I forget what they're called, but the next Commander, possibly even the next Double Master set, we might get a reprint of Dockside finally. But yeah, so let me just go ahead and scroll through here one more time, check and see if I missed anything here for you because I got some notes written down. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about the Triumphs. Again, there's Triumphs. For those of you guys that don't know, the Triumphs are a 3-color land that is based off of the 5 houses here, and they are pretty cool because they're searchable because they're a land type, and then it's mountain, plains, swamp, or whatever the color is. So again, we got 5 new ones of those. I don't think we're going to see those in the precons. I think those are going to be set only. But it's pretty cool because we get more Triumphs and it kind of completes the set of all the different Triumphs here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the cards that have been announced. Again, give me 1 second here, guys. I got my notes all over the place right now. I do apologize. 1 second. Just gotta open up my other file. Alright, so we have the Triumphs, which have already been announced. And then we also have a couple other things that have been announced as well. We have a new enchantment, which is a blue, white, green. It's called Brokerage Ascendancy. So this is obviously this blue, white, green is the new demon guild from this set. Blue, white, green for Brokerage Ascendancy. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. I'm a really huge fan of this enchantment. I think it's going to be a pretty reasonable or a pretty pricey enchantment moving forward down the road. Only for the fact that it gives +1/+1 counters, which is modifying creatures, which became a huge thing in this last set, which was Neon Dynasty Kawagama. But then also the loyalty counters on each planeswalker you control. I mean, that just sounds like Super Friends love right there. I actually have a theory that moving forward, because of the Phyrexians, we're probably going to have a Super Villains deck, which would be interesting to see. But with the Phyrexian planeswalkers. So I'm looking forward to that right there. And then we just get a bunch of other arts for right now, just like the lands, which all look pretty cool, to be honest with you. Man, I just lost my train of thought. So some of my hopes for the set moving forward is I would like to see some reprints of some cards that are kind of pricey and kind of up there in value right now. Again, one of them being Dockside Extortionist. I'm hoping that we get a reprint of him, if not in this set, soon. I'm hoping to see a reprint of possibly even Smothering Tithe. It is about a $30 card right now, or $20 to $30 card, depending on where you go. It is a bit pricey. It'd be nice to get a reprint in this set for it. But yeah, so with this set, it looks like it's going to be a lot of mobster, gangster style type stuff, which all sounds really cool. Again, like Great Gatsby style. I'm willing to bet that we're going to see a lot of sacrifice style mechanics. Not so much modified. I don't think we're going to get much modified or like some stuff from the Neon Dynasty. I don't think we're going to see any like reconfigure. I think a lot of stuff that we're going to see in here is sacrifice heavy or creature heavy in spells. So like sorcery enchantment or sorcery instant style type stuff. So like a lot of stuff we've seen in the past, for every time you cast, like for Niv Mizzet, for example, every time you cast an instant sorcery, you get to draw a card and then deal damage. Stuff like that. I think we're going to see some of that. Maybe some more ward somewhere in there. I forgot to read that. Dang it. See, this is what happens when you don't write all your notes down in order. Pull this note up real quick. All right, so MTG Streets of New Capenna will incorporate a new substance called Halo. No, not the video game. What it is it says a substance called Halo will play a role in the lore surrounding the upcoming standard legal MTG set Streets of New Capenna, scheduled to launch on April 22nd. A magical substance called Halo. Halo is a magical substance that rules the criminal underworld of New Capenna. And it can appear in a variety of forms, such as crystals, liquids, and vapor. So it's drugs, pretty much, guys. No cards have been revealed so far that contain anything with Halo in it. But I'm willing to bet that Halo is some form of token moving forward. So you got your Halo crystals, Halo liquid, and Halo vapors. I'm willing to bet that those are all some kind of sacrificable new artifact, kind of like treasures, like tap it and crack it to get some kind of advantage. But it might come at a cost though. So like drugs. So for example, let's say crystals, right? So you tap it, you crack it, and you can give a +1/+1 counter to all creatures you control until the end of turn. At the end of turn, every creature that had a +1/+1 counter on it, gets a -0/-1 counter on it at the end of turn, something like that. So again, like it gives you an advantage initially, so you can try and wipe out, but at the end of your turn, it does something to the creatures, like as a negative effect. I like drugs do. I don't think they're going to go too heavily with the whole drug style to it, but it does sound like it is like a drug that runs the streets of Capenna. It'd be really interesting to see if we have a Batman style character in this set, only for the fact that it sounds like it's a city that's being corrupted. So it'd be really cool to see like a hero, if you will, of the set. In Kaldheim, there was Vorinclex, which was one of the Praetors, Phyrexian Praetors, and then in Neon Dynasty we had Jin-Katakis. I think it's too early to see Elish Norn or any other Praetors moving forward. I think it's too early to even see what the hell's his name? The dude, I can't remember his name. He was in Neon Dynasty with Jin-Katakis. I think it's too early to see anything from them. If we do see anything, we might get a little bit more about Tamio and her purpose for being Phyrexianized. Maybe even a new Phyrexian Praetor. New Phyrexian Planeswalker. I got a feeling coming up here soon, we're going to get a Planeswalker that gets perfected or corrupted. That was loved by a lot of fans. Some of my friends have been talking about Karn. Maybe he's been fully corrupted. I'm thinking, if you guys didn't watch my lore and speculation video, I'm thinking we're going to get something more along the lines of like Teferi. It's going to hit home almost like that the Avengers scene with Spider-Man, where it was like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. Even the Tony Stark snap at the end, and you're like, oh my goodness, like what just happened? All right, it's going to change the entire landscape, if you will, of Magic moving forward. I'm excited, man. Stories moving forward are all pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Please give a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and as always, stay lethal.